one will ever sit on me again. I swear, that one I'm swearing. I will never tolerate bullshit. I'll never keep quiet if someone says something that is wrong. So what I know for a fact is that when you have too much negativity, you tend to lose concentration because your brain has a very difficult time processing negativity and everything that is going on. Okay? When you're doing everything and you get no issues at all, like everyone is simply okay with you doing what you're doing, there's a problem. You should be asking yourself, what are you doing wrong? And that's a fact. Okay? So for me, I had nobody to tell me that. I was not fortunate enough for someone to tell me that you're on the right track, this, and that. This is how you maneuver such circumstance. But I am also so thankful for the duration that it took me to realize this and understand that actually what I was doing was something that was meant for me, was something that I deeply and desired and I really, really wanted. So in my case, okay, something that the negativity made me go through was it imposed self-doubt, okay? It imposed self-doubt. I was questioning what I was doing. I was literally questioning everything, even my whole entire existence. You can imagine how bad it was. So when I started questioning my worth, it pulled me down. It took me to a place whereby I constantly needed assurance and approval from people who don't really matter to me at all. For me, what hurt me so bad was the fact that I was getting this really negative comments from people that I knew in person, and they would not take even, they would not even take the time to tell me separately that, oh Cindy, this is how I look at it, and you don't have to agree, but this and that. Like, you call me on the side, I know you. If this was to come from somebody outside, I would understand. You understand? But being that it's coming from somebody that I know in my circle, and it's just a lot of hatred, yo, it took a toll on me. And if you know me so well, you know that I am a very, 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 very sensitive person in a good way, because I believe as a woman you're supposed to be sensitive. That is what makes you different from, from a man, and so on and so forth. So I took it too seriously that it drove me into depression. Okay? It was a lot of negativity that made me started, doubting myself and questioning my worth. And then it drove me into depression. Can you imagine? It drove me into serious depression. I was not eating. I had no motivation to do anything, leave alone to even rise up, come off bed and be active and just do something or even work or do anything at all, leave alone existing. Okay. I was so depressed for a very long time, almost 6 months. Okay. One thing that I must say is that um, when I was in that phase, I realized that I did not want to talk to anybody. I did not want to hang out. I did not want to be where there are so many people. I just wanted to be by myself. So I isolated myself for all that time, questioning everything, crying day and night. Yeah, literally crying, literally. You'd think I'm crazy. And a ton of things kept on coming. The bad kept on coming, like being hit from left, right, and center. So I must say that after being depressed, I started questioning why I actually let myself be in that state. Okay. So In the midst of being depressed, I took down all my content. I deleted everything that I had ever created. At the time, I think I had around, it's almost 20, about 20 videos. Okay. Um, I cannot be sure exactly, but around 20 videos. So after I took down those videos, no, before I took down those videos, so it happened that a few, like 5 people, these people that they are not in your circle because they genuinely want to be friends, or they genuinely support what you do. They're just like, oh, Cindy is doing this. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, let's support her. And then they support in the midst of the crowd. And then when they're by themselves, they're like, ah, and they pull off. You understand? They're like such kind of mental games. I happen to experience that. And around 5 people, these people used to subscribe and unsubscribe each time I upload a video. They subscribe and then unsubscribe. Like today is 2 of them, tomorrow is 3 of them, and then they subscribe back. And funny enough is that for the most part, I would get notifications and I would see their names, and I'm like, these are people I know. I mean, what do you benefit from doing such? Okay, because I knew for a fact these were people that were not happy that I started doing something apart from what they were used to me doing. You understand? So each day, I remember there was one person by my side who I used to tell, oh my gosh, can you imagine this person just did this and this person has joined in? And so I would, at least there was somebody to listen. But again, when you always want someone to listen, you tend to forget that they have their own issues that they're handling. As adults, issues never end. You understand? People have things that they are working on. They have little to no time for, for someone, unless they are professional therapists, okay? So I said, oh my gosh. And the little thing that they would subscribe and unsubscribe would get to me. Because at the time, all that mattered to me were numbers. At the time, I was like, I came to start my channel with a mentality, oh, I know I'll grow, I know this, and that. Mm-mm. Not like now, okay? So before I get there, it happened that after I had had so much of this bullying and this negativity that had driven me crazy, I was depressed, I was sad, I was struggling, I could not eat, I lost a ton of weight. And like I mentioned early, other things started coming in. A lot of negative things in my circle started happening. And for some reason, I said, you know what? I am done. I said, oh, hell no. I'm so done. I am so done with YouTube. So I logged in, took down all the videos that I had posted, and be like, adios. You understand? Like, yo, bye bye. I'm never doing this again. And then after I took those videos that morning, I felt so good. I felt so good to hide. I felt so relieved. I felt as if some weight had just been taken from me. I was like, you understand? But that kind of relief. So I took another 6 months off YouTube. That is 1 year. Okay. I took another 6 months planning, planning everything out, trying to question myself why I want to do it, what I am trying to put out there, and how I want to do it. So I sat down, wrote all these plans, and I started taking videos, okay, without posting. So I had a lot of content, like from different categories, name it, okay. And I posted them, and there is this day that I said, you know what? I think I'm ready to go back. I sat down, shot that video, and then after I finished, I forgot about it again. I felt as if I was not ready. Like even after planning. So it's the constant doubt and the constant question and thought that what will these people say again? What will this person say? What will this person do? Like, am I ready to handle it? What if it was someone I didn't know, or you understand? Like such, like why is this happening to me? I was not ready at the time. And then also at the time, I remember I wasn't I wasn't strong enough to handle any single bit of criticism. So, anyways, I took a long time after 1 year again to realize that all these things that had happened were part of life. And there's no one who was going to come and tell me, look, Cindy, yes, you can do this. Other people have done it. Nobody was taught how to do it. Nobody was born knowing it. And it's your time to do it. Like if you have decided to do it, if you have decided to do something, there is no proper time. I realized that the more I continued to wait and to question myself and do all what we call self-sabotage, the more time was passing by, and the little time I had to do what I truly loved and truly enjoyed. Okay. So I realized even the people that I tend to worry about so much, these people don't care. They don't. They don't. I'm telling you for free, they don't. And actually, most of the time that I sat down and questioned myself if really they truly and deeply cared like I thought they did, I realized that even when I was going through the situation and the sadness and through depression, they were glad that I was going through it. They were actually happy that I stopped. I remember there's this time I spoke with someone really close, like related by blood, and as we were talking, and I told her, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna go back to doing creating content on YouTube," and she was like, "Yeah, but you know, uh, even if you go back, if you didn't do it the other time, what makes you think you'll do it this time?" What? What? Instead of encouraging me and telling me, yes, you are doing so well, you could, you know, you simply because you failed the other time does not mean you will fail this time. This bitch, sorry, forgive my language. This woman sat her down and questioned how far I can actually go. And the moment she said that, I gained my strength. I was like, oh my gosh. At least the other ones were friends. But even blood, and it's not like this is an older person who has experienced much. This is someone who's like 2 years older. I mean, like, what, sis? What? I it just I felt as if it touched a certain flame in me. Okay? And sitting here and sharing this, I'm just putting myself vulnerable out to you guys, and I hope you learn something and stop beating yourself and saying how you're not good enough. I questioned myself. I said I wasn't good enough, and it's true. When you decide you're not good enough, you're not good enough. When you say you're perfect, you're good enough, you are. And I decided to start from where I am. Okay. The fact that I got such comment from that person, I looked at her life and I said, okay, so what exactly are you doing that I can learn from? Nothing. Nothing. Like in most cases, the people that are criticizing you, they do that because they see something in you that they don't have. It's actually projection. And let me tell you, Go for it. Like I decided to. And I am telling you, if you ever doubted me, I am telling you, I'm here to stay. I am here to stay, like it or not. And I am doing this because I love creating content. I will continue creating content. God is by my side. I do not, as long as I know I'm not hurting anybody, I am good. And I am going to speak my truth and be the authentic me that I am. Just do me. I don't have to be like the people you used to. I am going to do me. And so when you start, remember that there are obstacles and the world of internet is not fair, okay? So you're going to get challenges like I did, sometimes even worse, but do not stop. Do not stop, because when you give up on yourself, no one else is going to come and pick you. You have to pick yourself. And such is life, okay? Sometimes even the people that you trusted in most end up to be the ones that you know what are pulling you down, okay? So I just wrote a few things down here that to remind me of everything that I experienced and how I have decided to overcome, okay? Yeah. So another skill that I learned was to write everything down, plan everything, and just go for it. You understand? So I remember, let me just say, to summarize everything, the negativity and the lack of support that I got drove me into self-doubt, and I started questioning my worthiness, or like my worth, you understand, and my capability and my potential, you understand? So when I started doing what you call self-sabotage because of negativity that I know for a fact I should have never taken it that far, it drove me into depression and feeling stuck, okay? So when I started feeling stuck in that moment and I started regretting everything, it drove me to a point whereby I mourned. I was so sad. I was hurting, guys. And one thing for me, when I'm hurting, you can't tell, because I'm just normal. Like I'll act normal, but I just think that's how I am. I don't like to bother or bug people with my issues, especially if they're not professional therapists. Okay, because I know everyone has their challenges. You understand? So that's me for you. So it gave me a chance to recognize myself, myself, know my strength, understand myself, what works for me, and to live comfortably in my skin. You understand? I had never in my life fell in love with myself like that duration that I had faced the worst challenges that had been, that I had received. To me, depression is nothing that I take lightly, because I know it can drive you wild. Okay. I learned, like, I fell so hard in love with myself that I was comfortable being alone and doing things by myself. I no longer needed approval. No, not at all. Okay. And if you know me, you know that I'm always very, like, I'm a very soft person. Like, I'm very soft spoken. I'm very soft person, and I'm a very sensitive person. So I didn't even have the strength and the energy to go back and forth with these people. Okay. I'd normally respond with, one word or a sentence. Or if I feel like I'm too pressed, then I'd write it. But if okay, I'm just so poor with going back and forth if it's negativity. So that aside, okay, I fell in love. I love myself. I truly love myself. And that is a decision that I made. I didn't know how to, but I did. I made it consciously, and I said, you know what? No matter what happens in this life, it is my body and myself, the spirit that is in me, that will host me for the rest of my life. I have to take care of that through my mental health, and then take care of my body. I said I would never give up on myself no matter what. You understand? So after I fell in love with myself, okay, and I was comfortable being alone, even if I post and nobody sees, nobody likes, nobody comments, nobody views, I knew for a fact I'm doing it for me first before I do it for any other person that would be interested. So I put myself as a priority. Okay. So after I realized that, I changed my mentality and I said, these people were actually just projecting because I was doing something that they could not do. They did not have the guts to do it. You understand? Or maybe they were just having rough days or rough moments, rough months. I don't know whether they are rough years, which is life, but they chose to put it on to me. And the saddest part is that the fact that I knew them, and these are people, some of them are almost the age of my own parents. Please. It took a toll on me, but not anymore. Right now, I know for a fact, if I'm to face anything, I'm coming head on. No, and this is a promise that I'm making to myself. I hope you can do that as well and defend yourself. Okay? And then I started cutting people off. At this point, I did not care whether you're family or friend. I did not care. To me, you were not contributing to my peaceful mental health. You're not showing me support. You did not care. Off of my life. I have no relationship with you. At all. I do not care. Okay? I started cutting. Cut people off. Even if it means family, cut them off. At the end of the day, God brought you in this world for a reason. And like it or not, your destiny was already decided. There is nothing that is a coincidence. At least that is what I believe. Okay? So you have to learn to live with yourself. Leave those who are dragging you behind. Leave them behind. Cut them off and move. Okay? Because time does not stop for anybody. And then I started being accountable to myself. I would write things down and make sure I accomplish them. Some would take, because it was a habit that I was developing, some would take longer. And the moment, each time I would take an accomplishment, it would make me more curious, more motivated to want to achieve more. Okay? So I strongly advise you that you should learn to write your goals down so that every day you wake up and you're thankful to God, and then you go through your goals and your plans to achieve them, and then you tick. The ones that you have achieved, you mark them, and then you proceed. Okay? And then lastly, trust in God and let Him be your guide. That is what I did. I love God. My relationship with God has become way stronger. I have my visions clear. I pray as many times as I can because I know God answers prayers, and there is no prayer that goes unanswered in this life, no matter the situation. Understand? I believe and trust in God, and I leave it up to God. And I know however long it might take, I will get to what I desire. Even if it takes forever, at least I did my part. And when I'm putting this video out there, I hope that the things that you're going through right now, the struggles that you have seen, I hope you take them as a learning period to prepare you for the new adventure, for the new journey, for the new transformation that you're about to make in your life. Just think positive of it and see the good. Do not beat yourself too hard for too long. Take that time and ask yourself what you truly want, what you know, how you want it to be, envision it, and just go out there without a skill, without a qualification. Just put yourself out there and start from somewhere. I am sure there's someone who will appreciate it. Okay, I hate to sound as if I'm preaching, but yeah, kuna tu mtu mmoja au wawili ambao wata how do you say it in Swahili? Yeah, wata appreciate. Unaelewa? So we usifanye nini? Watia tu bidii, kwa mwaminifu kwa Mungu, jiamini pasavyo, kisha usiwe mzembe. Wewe fanya kile ambacho unataka kufanya. Usingoje mtu aje akwambie nani anifanye, utangoja hadi uzikwe. Ukingoja mtu aje akutoe pale ambacho kwa kisima ambacho upo, utangoja hadi uzikwe. Hiyo nakwambia siku hii hata kama ni mzazi wako ama ni nani, hata kuwa akikusaidia hadi ufe. Hapana. Na tena acha nikwambie siri moja. Mimi niliambiwa na rafiki yangu kitambo uko mwaka wa 2018 kuna mengi ambayo yalikuwa yanafanyika, lakini haya ni, unaelewa, ni pambazuka za maisha. Ile rafiki yangu aliniambia ati kwa hii maisha watu watakusaidia tu pale ambapo wanaona sasa uko na kitu ambacho unaweza peana. Hakuna yule ambaye ataweza kukuitia chai ama wanaitaje coffee, sijui wanaitaje coffee kwa Kiswahili, lakini aliniambia hakuna yule ambaye ataweza kukuitia chai ama mwende mahali na hauna la kumfaidi, awe wa kiume ama awe, what do you say, oh my gosh, be it of the same gender or no. Hakuna mtu ambaye anapenda kutumika. Sa inabidi hadi ujitoe, ujikukote, utoke kule kwenye shimoni ambako uko na ufanye nini? Ufike kiwango fulani ambayo unaweza onekana kwamba unajaribu na una matumaini kuwa utafika mahali, ama hadi ufike mahali ndio watu wataanza kuona kuwa okay, huyu anaweza fanya hii na hii, acha tufanye hivi, acha nimwite, tuende nje, tutembee, tukale, tufanye hivi na hivi. Maanake wanajua una kitu ambacho unaweza peana. Na hayo ni hivyo tu, ndivyo binadamu wako. Saa usihuzunike sana. Huzunika ndio, chukua ambayo kila kitu ambacho wamekwambia kwa huu wakati, mabaya mazuri, ziweke kwenye rohoni na zikuwe kama fuel. Let it be your fuel, let it drive you, and do not give up on yourself. I do not know, I might not know you, I do not know where you're watching from, but I hope you learned something from this video. And the only person responsible for you is you. Not even your parents will take care of you for the rest of your life. Okay? Well, if you have those that will do that, good for you. God bless them. You understand? But do not expect anything from anybody. Do what makes you happy and do not stop. So I did that, and I'm at a very happy place in my life. And even if there's something that would come henceforth, I know how to handle it. I know not to give up on myself. I know not to drive myself into depression, or because, you understand? So it is what it is. Such is life, and you should expect such from people. So yeah, that is my message for you for today, and I hope you learned something. And until next time, thank you so much for watching all through. Please remember to subscribe and leave a comment below. Share with me your thoughts. And until next time, bye bye, and take good care of yourselves.